Hey everyone. So some of you saw my last video where I was live and I was quite heated. I think many of us on this side have gone through many stages of mourning and grieving over the last few days. To me, I'm grieving many different things. I want to let the other side know a few things. I don't disrespect your ability or your choice or your vote. I respect your reasons. I respect your reasons. Hey, Carissa. I respect your reasons. I do. I don't have to agree with them. And here's where we sit, right? I'm not going to go to your page and attack you. I will post my feelings and I will post my experience, personal experiences in this. Remember, I'm in a location in Texas that is very, 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 very conservative, very red, very male, very white, very anti-LGBTQ. I mean, I hear comments all day at work. So I will continue to post and share my feelings and thoughts. Maybe not as emotional as I was the other day, but it's my right to do so. My only issue from Hi Gorgeous Rhonda, my only issue from day one is the nastiness, the prodding, the poking, I'm going to pinch you when no one's looking on social media, or then people say, stay off social media. I understand that. I do. But if we look the other way, it still doesn't stop things from happening. The media failed all of us, both sides. The media ran rampant on both sides. I'm not taking that away. Everybody on the right is, you guys got your wrong information, and you guys. And we are saying, you guys, how did you not see this? How did you not see this same video? How did you? So there's so many of us saying the same things. What if all of us were deceived? What if? When all is said and done, the only things that matter, really matter, and they will matter to you if and when your personal experience changes, is the way we are treated. It doesn't matter where we are or who we voted for when we remove politics. If you're sitting at a table with other people, the minute anyone from any side is ugly and nasty and rude, it isn't comfortable. It isn't fair. And then it happens again, and it happens again, and it happens again. And you realize no matter where you go, you're not safe being you. You're not accepted and supported like others are accepted and supported. And I think that's what I'm having the hardest time about with this, is people want to debate why they voted for him. I can respect that, but I'm not going to debate and fight with you when you start to get rude and nasty. When some of these people are posting hateful, putting all the blues in cages. I mean, yes, that's one person's opinion. No, it actually has been on many, many people's pages. There are many people that voted for him that aren't violent, but we aren't dealing with them. You're not the ones hurting us. You're not the ones hurting us. I have so many people that voted for him, and they are so sweet about, here's why, just give him 6 months. And while I can appreciate that in a normal election, at a normal time when there isn't so much global upset, I have a hard time understanding that there are many that voted for him that didn't research and didn't read. This is a time for humans. This is a time for humanity, for decency, and whatever shred of that is left. I have a hard time with my fellow humans, no matter what color, race, political party, being inhumane. That's all. That's it. And the thing is, it is in our nature to survive. We are animals, right? We're mammals. It is in our nature to survive. That's what nature's about, survival. Removing a threat to your survival is a natural instinct. When you stay away from that threat and you try to live your life away from that threat, but then that threat continues to pursue you, that's called being hunted. That's being hunted. That's being harassed. So I'm not understanding why the majority of the people that voted for him, why half of you are split. Half of you are split. Half of you are saying we aren't violent. We don't believe in that. And then the other half is saying that's your body, my choice. Your group is all over the place, and it's confusing and scary because it threatens our survival. It threatens our quality of life, our families, our children, where we go, what we do, what we say. There are many people who posted things and those posts were removed. By who? How? And yet the only way any of us could truly connect is through social media. So we have to be, hey, Amanda, we have to be very, very, very careful moving forward. I'm going to maintain being calm. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to go at this from a democratic way, not democratic blue, but a democracy way. This is still America, the home of the free and the brave. The brave. We didn't get here because of cowards. No. We got here from day one because of the brave. And we're moving into uncharted territory with brothers and with sisters. So we're going to have to reconvene. We're going to have to come back together. We can't fight fire with fire. It doesn't work for any of us. But somehow, some way, we've got to realize that the population that's hate-filled is not necessarily that large. It's not. There are many who voted for him that aren't hate-filled. They just only saw information in one area. I joined Truth Social. Through all of this, I joined Truth Social. I wanted to learn about him. I wanted to find something that maybe I could connect with. But being abused by a man for over 6 years growing up, it does something to you when you see other men, leaders, saying things that are that trigger abuse, that trigger trauma. That's scary and that's real. So moving forward, I just wanted to do, hello, Paula. I just wanted to say to my fellow humans that voted for him, I'm not pushing against you. I'm pushing against the hate that's coming from your side. I'm not saying that there are Democrats or blues out there that aren't being assholes, because I've seen it. And I would tell them to please, please, please grow up. Take a moment. Take a moment. I would love somehow for all of us to come together. Somehow. In the Bible, it was about people. It was about people. And it was about an evolution of people, evolutionary. And each of us have a truth, and that truth is really our whole journey, right? It's about the journey, not the destination. We each have a moral obligation to ourselves. We have a moral obligation to our community. Only those who are loud enough will be the ones heard. What about the millions who have had their voices taken away? So I just want you to know I'm not against you. I will remove you from my page if you are nasty. I've removed about 200 people. It's kind of nice. I've lost 200 times 200, right? Like that much weight. And that's my choice. I'm not going to break bread with threats to my survival. There's my Denise. Oh my God, girl, you've been on my mind. This woman doesn't know how much she has impacted my life when I worked for her. And Denise, you will never know. There are decent human beings on this planet. And those decent human beings far outweigh the number of inhumane individuals. And no matter what, historically, even if there was war and tribulations and chaos, somehow our species pulled through. Somehow, every generation gets a little better and better and better. Do you know this is the first time that many Gen Zers came out and voted? It doesn't matter what they did, but they were voting. They were looking. They were aware. We are not only in scary times, but we are in very powerful times. You know, you look back to Jesus. He never walked forward because he was afraid. He didn't stop fear. He didn't let fear stop him. He didn't let fear stop him. Buddha, Kuan Yin, if you look at any of the ascended masters, right? Because Christian's not the only religion on this planet. The Bible isn't the only holy book. All of us speak different languages, and we're different colors, and we're all made in the image and the likeness of God. All of us, every one of us were kissed by angels before we got here. And who are we to undo that? God's plan. God's plan is the plan. That's the project. We just have to be very clear with who we are, why we are the way we are. Is it benefiting our life, our family? And from a beautiful quote from a rabbi I just watched, and I posted it. I think I posted it. It was a message to Kamala supporters. He also did one to Trump, and maybe I will post that too. But he said, you've got to be the light in your corner of the world. You have to be the light in your corner of the world. And women, you know your bodies matter. You know that we are just as equal as men. Just as equal as men. The human being cannot be born without both of us. So there's something there that God says, be quiet, I know what I'm doing. Don't interfere in the life of others if they're happy, if they're not hurting others. If they're thriving, don't hunt them. So, over the next few weeks, it's going to get bumpy. It'll get scary. There's already been a mass amount of text that went out that told our African American community to show up on Sunday at noon to report to the plantation. Okay, maybe it was a group, but nonetheless, Living under a leader who looks the other way with this type of behavior is what scares me. Whether he agrees with it or not, when you allow behavior to continue, you're not showing disapproval of it. So get up the Bible, even if you're not a Bible reader. I'm not a Bible reader, and I was born and raised Catholic, went to Catholic school. But there are some really great things in that book. One of those is the story of Thecla, Thecla. Read it, watch it. Look at the story of Mary Magdalene. I mean, we're all, most of us, not all, but the Christians in the group, right? Like, let's brush up on some of that stuff. I mean, if we say we're Christian, right, let's be Christian. There are very humane ways of tackling threats to our survival. Just keep that in mind. What we permit, we promote. Yes, it's like raising kids. Mom, he hit me. Well, if mom never says anything, he will believe that he could hit forever, that there's nothing wrong with it. Get out the New Testament that has the stories that were taken out. Yes, Jess. So if you look up, what is the book, Mary Magdalene book? What is the name of that, Jess? And it was written by, it's escaping me right now. If you could put the link in that would be so helpful. I will go back and put the link in as well. It's a great read. It's just about female power over the ages, in times of great divide. And here's another spin. If we were supposed to be born male in this body, if we were supposed to be men and we were masculine, and we would have been. I chose to be female. I'm female. People go, what do you mean you chose? My soul chose. I'm female in this lifetime. My experiences will be a reflection of what I am and who I am. Those born in bodies where they don't feel like they were born in the right body, you're not them. You don't know what they've walked through. And if that offends you, please take a look at where you've been challenged to be who you are, where you've had your voice taken away, where the hate really is. I've noticed so many male chauvinistic individuals have had massive issues with mom growing up, or the women in their family, or they were abused and no one stepped in to protect them. So much of what's happening is a reflection of our unhealed trauma. So, with that being said, take care of your trauma. Get back to what being Christian really is, if that's what you are. If you're not Christian, get back to the